Good morning. My name is Brad Owings, and I just finished up 30 years of being in the education world. My last 21 of those being a building level principal. And my last 3 or 4 years, I did a thing called the announcements with my students where every day I would have a kid come up and we would do the announcements and we would talk about some things like, the date, birthdays, and stuff like that. So after I retired, I had several people say, you should continue doing that. We really like the announcements. Well, I don't know if I can continue to do that on the daily, but I did think I would try to do maybe a weekly spot, and this would be geared for teachers and leaders. I do have a new job where I'll be working with some leaders, and so really this may be geared for leaders who are getting into the principalship and who have been in the principalship, but hopefully the lessons and the stuff we talk about will be good for teachers as well. My hope is to do this at least weekly and maybe have some guests come along with me, because it's always better when I have someone else to talk to. Me by myself is kind of boring. I did do announcements my last 3 or 4 years with my kids. That I learned from Joe Sanfilippo. I got that out of one of his books, Hacking Leadership. Great book. So thank you, Joe, for that. But people said I should still do it, and so I'm thinking about still doing it. I think I'm going to call it a podcast, but I think I'm going to call it The Announcements. So welcome to The Announcements. Also, recently I just got a new job. I've been retired maybe for a couple of days. I was retired. I have a new job where I'm doing a leadership development specialist gig, and so hopefully these announcements will pertain to them. So developing leaders, one of the things I'm going to be doing. And again, not sure if I can do this on the regular, but hopefully weekly, if I'm not too busy doing other things. So the way my announcements usually start is we do the date and we do some facts. I've decided not to do the National Day because, again, it's weekly. But I am going to talk about some upcoming events, weird facts, always a joke of the day, and maybe a quote and some stuff. And then I have some other stuff I want to talk about. So today is August 19th, 2024. For many people, this is the first day of school. I know here in Springfield, my kids started school today. I did not get to sleep in on my first not school day, first day of retirement. I had to take kids to school. And so congratulations to all of you that are still doing education and who got up early and went to work today to do great things for kids. Upcoming events, it's the first week of school. So I think it was also a super moon and we had some rain showers come through. So I'm sure it's awesome at school today. Weird facts. Did you know that headphones, when you wear headphones in your ears, you can increase the bacteria in your ears 700 times. That's your weird fact, is that if you wear headphones for a long time, it increases the bacteria in your ears. So that's gross. Joke of the day. It's one that I do a lot. What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals? Philippe Floppa. Flip-flop. Quote of the day. So I am a big collector of quotes. I like to do quotes. I like to pass out quotes. This is the quote I'm passing out to you. Our measure of success as an educator is changing lives and creating opportunities. And that's from my friend David Guerin. Great educator, great leader. Our measure of success as an educator is changing lives and creating opportunities. And that's what all of you are doing at school today. And I thank you for that. What I really want to talk about today is critical firsts. And so when you start a new school year or any kind of endeavor, you really have three things that you need to be sure that you're able to do. And we call those critical firsts. And the first one is to make a good first impression. You only have one chance at making a good first impression. That's how the saying goes. And so you got to make sure that you're making a good first impression. The second thing is building relationships. In my book, that is one of the top things you do as a leader. And then the last thing is to establish clarity. Not always my best suit, but just making sure that people know where you stand on things and establishing clarity. So first, you want to make a good first impression. It's a new school year. You are undefeated. You haven't lost any battles. You are winning the game. You have a clean slate and a chance to make a strong start to the new school year. And a strong start to the year makes everything else easier. Making a good first impression isn't necessarily about being a powerful speaker or having all the answers. Making a good first impression is about being present with your people. And when I say your people, I mean your staff, your teachers, your students, your parents, everybody. Be available to them. Be sure that they are hearing your voice and seeing your face. Even if you don't have any new information for them or anything super important, make a point to talk to them. Here's a quote from Craig Groeschel. Big fan of Craig Groeschel. He has a leadership podcast. Love it. He signs off with his leadership podcast every time he does it. People would rather follow a leader who is always real than a leader who is always right, or something to that effect. So be real with your people. Be genuine, be real, be available. Second thing, you need to build relationships. Get out of your office and visit classrooms. You don't have to have a reason for visiting a classroom. Get out there and make deposits in your emotional bank account. That's a construct that people have emotional bank accounts. What's an emotional bank account? Well, you have a bank account within every relationship. You can either make deposits or you can make withdrawals. When you make deposits, you are investing in the relationship. So later on, when you need to make a withdrawal, and we always do, your relationship doesn't go bankrupt, go in the hole. You make deposits by having positive interactions, do something nice, listen when they're talking. That was a hard one for me. Show empathy. There is a great video out there called It's Not About the Nail. It's about 2 minutes long and it's worth watching. I once had a superintendent who showed us the video and then gave us all a big nail to keep on our desk to remind us that when people come to talk to us, sometimes they just want someone to listen. So get out there, talk to people, listen to people, and build relationships. And finally, the last thing, you need to establish clarity. What things do you want to accomplish? How will you accomplish them? What things are you willing to allow and not allow? Let your people know where you stand, and if you don't know, tell them that. To quote Brené Brown, clear is kind. So tell them, be clear. Leadership is hard. It takes time and intentionality, but you can do it. Get out there and make a good first impression, build relationships, and establish clarity. If you can do those three things, you are on the road to being a great leader. Now, when I did the announcements at my school, we always signed off with a saying. I would tell the kids, we love you, we believe in you, and we know you can be successful. I don't know if that really fits in this format, so I tried to come up with something different. I'm workshopping a few things. So here's this week's. You have value, you have impact, and what you are doing matters. Oh, I kind of messed it up. Let me do it again. You have value, you have impact, what you are doing matters. That's my sign off. Hey, have a great week.